Hello, welcome to episode, what episode is this? It's 266 of the Epic Film Challenge. Hugo. This is Martin Scorsese's recent film that won 5 Oscars and 2 BAFTAs. And it is about a little boy there called Hugo Cabaret, who lives in a train station in Paris. And his father has died, and he's taken over from his uncle working all the clocks in the train station. So most of the film is set in this train station, and it's kind of like a dreamy kind of reality, a little, you know, everything is kind of, not that it affects normal reality, I guess, but like it's a very nice looking film, and just, you know, everything, and it's shot really nice and stuff, and it's really well done. It was originally shot in 3D, like Martin Scorsese made this big thing about 3D being like, 3D is so great because you know, the actors are forced to act even. I think that's bullshit. But
the
anyway,
actors are supposed to act even more realistic.
well, I don't know. I read some quote on Martin Scorsese said that 3D makes actors act better. Like you get every little nuance. Do you? I don't know. But yeah, so you got this character Hugo. He kind of works all the clocks, and there's a guy who works in a shop at the train station who he steals from. Played by Ben Kingsley, and he eventually catches Hugo and steals his notebook, which is very important to Hugo. And you know, it's kind of a mystery film that kind of just unravels as the film goes on. It makes you want to, you know what's that about, and then you find out what that is about. But then there's more to it, and it keeps going. And then there's this girl who he meets and he becomes friends with in the film, and she knows this man. She lives with him. And so the plot thickens and so on. And eventually we find out that this guy played by Ben Kingsley is George Méliès or something. And he's this filmmaker, this French filmmaker from the beginning of the century, who most famously made a film called A Trip to the Moon. He's a real filmmaker. And this is kind of like almost like a fan fiction, I guess. It says, you know, bits of it are true, bits of it aren't. And anyone knows that classic picture of the moon with the face in it, with the rocket in its eye, and that's from the film A Trip to the Moon, which was released in like 1902. It's one of the first, you know, science fiction films, and it's basically about him and like Hugo finding out that it's him. And there's this little metal kind of automaton, it's called, like a little metal man that works with by clockwork to write stuff. And Hugo was rebuilding it with his father before his father died, so it's very special to him. And it's also very special to George Méliès, which kind of just all ties in together, and it's a brilliant film. Really, really enjoyed it. Really imaginative. The cinematography was amazing. That's probably one of the effects, one of the Oscars it won. Yep, cinematography, visual effects, art direction, sound editing, and sound mixing sounds about right. It's a brilliant, brilliant looking film, and yeah, really, really enjoyed it. I give this film a 9 out of 10.